Okay, all right, survivors. So first off, we got a very fun video today. I'm excited to review with you what I feel like is the best base locations in every single grid point throughout the entire map. That's right. I went through every part of the map, so you don't have to. And I found, like you can see here, what I feel like is the best base location. Best base location, best base location, right? You can see all these little house icons that I went through and I reviewed to find what I feel like are the best base locations in every grid point because let's face it, everybody likes to play this game a little bit different. So we are starting out with what I feel like is the best base location in the game, and that's where my base is currently. I've actually had a lot of comments on my videos asking to review my base, where is your base, and so instead of waiting to the very end of the video, I'm going to show you the best base location in the game, in my opinion, this very first video, or this very first part of the video. But obviously, feel free to stick around and check out all the base locations because there are some pretty cool, unique places throughout the game, as well as I'm actually building a couple of secondary bases throughout the game right now as well. So, without further ado, in my base is located in D4, right here. So, a couple of reasons why I love this spot. One, it's right across the street from a gas station. So, as you start to get cars, it's nice to have a gas station right there where you can get 4 pumps. Generally, you get 2 to 3 gallons of gas or liters of gas from each one of those pumps. So, that's very, very nice. The second reason is, and we'll actually show you, is it's right down the street from a auto parts store. And the cool thing about the auto parts store is just that, right? It's an auto parts or auto shop spot, so you can get lots of different car parts here. Um, and as the loot respawns, let's kind of check out and see. Yeah, so look, fuel pump, fuel can, right? That's awesome. Fuel pump, fuel can, beautiful. So just coming down here, I've gotten 2 fuel cans. Um, there we go, repair kit. That's beautiful. Those are super nice to have, especially when you get them in repair kit form versus having to get all the ingredients to make them from scratch. But as you can see, my point is, it's so nice to be able to shoot right down here, and as the loot respawns, see if there are any more car parts or anything. There you go, fuel can. The fuel pump, lots of fuel pumps. Anything in here? Nothing. More car parts and stuff to come on here and grab as you build out, find new cars, starter. So again, super helpful. Love the spot. But we'll shoot back up. I'll review the base so you guys can kind of see my layout and my madness and what I was thinking. But again, I do love this spot because it is very centralized, as well as I love the fact that it's got all these walls, right? All these walls means it's hard for hordes or any bandits to get in, so they have to come in through this front. This is all walled off, as you can see throughout the entire thing. So I also got some extra Zomberghinis as decorations up top there. But so yeah, so this is my base. Got lights kind of all up and down right here throughout that circle. Used to have one over here, but it looks like I got busted up the last time. We had a horde. Here's my box car. Looks like I'm getting ready to unload that. I just got done doing some scavenging for some materials. So my base is broken up into 2 sections, right? This section's my crafting section. So you'll see a lot of crafting materials on this side of the house. Maybe some med stuff, sewing kits, etc. But this is where I do all my crafting and have all my food sources as well. My crafting room back here, right? All the things you need to craft. Workbench, gun bench, chem station, etc. Ooh, wait, actually. Yeah, okay, cool. And back here, I have all my rain catchers. So I got 3 rain catchers, 3 water barrels, which, guys, shout out to the devs. That's one of my favorite things that they put in the game so far. Love that. All my farming plots with mostly potatoes in there, as you know, you need potatoes to make fuel. Tons of parking, right? Tons of parking over here. Got my van, got my SUV, got my other box truck over here. This part of my base has become kind of like my motor pool, where I have just all my extra car parts. As you can see, I have more car parts than I know what to do with. APC hanging out there. Over here is my gun store / armory. So all my bullets, lots of weapons. What else we have in here? Yeah, weapons. My weapon accessories. Yeah, so all the accessories that I need. I'm gonna say armor. Yeah, armor, body armor, headgear, mask, gas mask, etc., etc. So yeah, so that's my base. So that's how it's kind of split up into 2 sections there. This is kind of my go container for just all my stuff that I want to grab and just kind of run with out the door. So yeah, so that's my base setup. Really love it. Spent a lot of time. Go look for the katana. Hope I didn't lose my katana. No, that would be very upsetting. We'll look for that in a second. But yeah, so this is my base setup. It's great. Love coming up here, especially if there's any hordes, being able to take things out right here. Super nice. Gives me a lot when it comes to defending. That's my car lot back there. As you can see, all my beautiful rides stacked up. Maybe we'll do a review of all of the cars later on. So, but anyway, back to my point. Base locations. This, in my opinion, is the best base location, best base setup. Really love it, enjoy it, 10 out of 10. And so, moving on, we're going to go through all the other base locations. But if you like the video so far, please subscribe, like. I really appreciate it. Let me know where your bases are in the game, and hopefully you enjoy this video. Catch you in the next one. Or catch you at the next location. Duh. We're going to go through every single grid point so you can kind of see where the best base locations are. And something to consider, though, is I would think about this as more of a kind of getting past that early on phase of the game, to where you've got some gas, you've got a vehicle, and you can kind of get around a little bit. You know, I would say the beginning, for the most part, everybody starting area kind of should create a little base around. I'm already going the wrong way. Come on, pay attention. Around where their starting zone is. However, as you start to be able to be a little bit more mobile, I definitely recommend finding something. Oh, watch out for those mailboxes; they'll stop everything, including a armored personnel vehicle here. But find a base that you think is fun, cool. I have found what I feel like is a awesome base on I think it's my 4th playthrough, or not playthrough, but fourth run through of the game. So let's get moving. And something else to note too, while we're kind of driving along here, is I actually have not only we're going to show out these bases. My goal is to also show you guys kind of how I would build them out a little bit, so that way you can see kind of the way that I think about the defenses of these bases. I always try to find, oh, whoopsie, hit something there. I always try to find a place that has about 3 solid walls, and then I can build another, a 4th wall all around it. This first location is really neat. It's a really cool spot. I wish it wasn't so far north. However, it is pretty cool. So we'll go pop up here. It's actually right here. A good base location. And the other thing too is I'm really enjoying the game, as you guys have seen from so many of my videos. I've made about, whoopsie, I've made about 30 or so videos now. One thing that I really love that I think is a super sweet detail is this right here, right? The fact that the developers put to where whenever you are carrying any of these logs in any of your vehicles, that it has, it actually shows them on the back of the car. I think that's such a cool detail. So shout out to the developers for even thinking of that, because you know, most of these games, when you've got inventory in a vehicle, you know, you get it just in your vehicle, right? Um, and so being able to showcase like those logs, I think is really cool. So we're coming up on the first base location, and the reason why I love this base, first and foremost, is, let's stop right here. We'll pop out. Whoopsie. All right, attracted some friends. Let's go ahead and clean these guys up really quick. Whoa. Headshot them. Alright, go get them, puppers. Thank you. Man. Whoa, easy. I gotta pay attention to the health there. Let's get myself healed up. Do I have a kit on me? I do not have a kit on me. Good thing. Man, always keep a kit on the dog. That's one of my favorite things to do. I would say a tip is I love keeping a med kit on the dog, especially with the most recent update. They changed the way that med kits work, and so the fact that they're not just a single use and they've got multiple uses depending on how much health you have is really cool. But anyway, back to one of the reasons why I love this base. So this base is cool because you have easy access to all these POIs down here. So it's a little out of the way. It is, like I said, up north. However, I love this entranceway, right? It has fences on each side, so zombies can't get, you know, over this unless they find a little gap. So you can clean up that gap, right? And you get all the way up to this big, just like open area, right? And so something you do have to consider is around the back here, you do have some exposure. However, it's just such a cool location, right? And again, this is up here in, what's this, A4, right here. And so what I would do if I were going to, we're going to do it too. We're not just going to say we're going to do it, we're going to do it. Oh, the other thing too is that I can think about is it actually has a generator. So if you have the alternator, the electronics, the electric cable, the gear, and fuel, ultimately you'll be able to have power on in this house. So cooking, refrigeration, lots of cool stuff in there. But how I would think about defending this base is I would probably do it like this. First and foremost, let's grab a big old fence here, a big old fence here. Okay. And then I would probably go with another fence right here, just so you have access to that. And then, now this is going to be kind of a longer wall, right? But as you see what I'm talking about here is I would then bring that all the way over to that location. So, you know, no zombies can get through there for the most part. There's some other things you can do, like creating some barbed wire defenses down and around there. But again, leaves you a lot of space to work with. You could put up, again, over here as well, as long as you get some kind of wall going. And the other cool thing too is because these walls are low, you can shoot over them. So if a zombie starts coming through, you know, no issue with getting at them. Obviously, fill that gap. And then on the inside here, there's just so much space to work with too. So I wish you could remove that, right? So you could park your car in there, but hey, you know. Hey, little tent. Grab some of this stuff here. I'll grab some of those things. But then once you get inside here, you just have so much room to work with. A ton of places for storage. Same thing with crafting. Like I said, once you get that alternator up and running, you've got a stove, right, that you can cook on. Refrigeration right here. And just, again, just lots of space to work with. Obviously, you can mod out really any of this stuff and really kind of make it your own. Ooh, that is a good find right there. For those of you who don't know, these winter jackets are the best in the winter. I think they have the highest installation, the best installation. So we'll grab those. Anytime I see one of those out, I'm always trying to snag it. So, anywho, so this is, yeah. And let's break these out here so you can kind of see what I'm talking about. And I feel as though, you know, you actually have some height over here to where you could be, yeah, you could be shooting down. Yeah, so a couple ways you could do that. Sorry, what I'm trying to do is think through the defense, assuming. The tough part is you kind of have to assume how. I don't know exactly how it works. But maybe even like this, kind of, again, however you want to do it. But I think zombies will try and, why can't I build there? Oh, maybe because the dog's in the way, maybe. Here, bud. Lie down. Alright, you kind of get the idea here. You know what, let's grab the materials, shall we? What do you think? You let me know in the comments if you're like, hey, just show us the bases, or if you want to see them kind of built out a little bit. Oh, did I not bring any sheet metal? Man, if I didn't bring any sheet metal, total rookie move. Did, nice. And whoa. Must have grabbed the other one. It's all good. If you don't know, whenever you are building and you need logs, you got to walk right up to that bad boy. Just, you know, hit your build button and then your F, and it'll add it. But so yeah, so this is kind of what I'm talking about, where it's like, oh, one more log, 2 more logs. And we'll just finish this one and not worry about the other ones. But I want you to just get an idea of what I'm talking about. Because then you got, look, you got this beautiful base. It's walled off, okay? Got plenty of protection. You could easily create a couple of little elevation points to where you can shoot down. It'd be cool if the horde kind of consistently came up this way. Again, I don't know how it, oh, is that another grave? Interesting. Didn't know that was up there. Maybe we'll check that out. I don't know how they actually target you whenever they do come. However, it'd be a cool little base to defend. So anyway, this is the best location, again, in my opinion, for A4 if you're up in this, if you want to have a base up in this area. So stay tuned. We're going to go to the next location. Okay, now let's head to the next location. So we just left A4. Now we're over here in, man, no man's land in A5. So A5 doesn't have a ton going on for it. There's really just this over here, which is the gas station slash restaurant area, and then some residential houses over here. So not a lot of resources nearby. So if you do decide and hey, okay, I want to be away from absolutely everything, this is the spot for you. So it does have pretty much full enclosure, right? Like nothing's coming from behind you. You do have access to some water, so that is cool. So you can go fishing and or put out fishing traps. So you'll have a constant source of protein. But obviously, you know, this is a very easy location to set up a gate. You know, get a gate going on right here, wall it off, do whatever you want to do as far as like defense goes, in order to make sure you have access to being able to defend the base as well. So pretty cool location, right? Nothing too crazy or fancy. Obviously you'd have to really build out everything, so any structures that you want to have your any of your storage and stuff in, so very bare bones. But I would say if you were trying to get away from absolutely everything and you want to be very far over here in A5, this is the location for you. Next, let's actually just shoot down to this spot right here. Cool little base, again, on the outskirts. So the way that we're going to kind of just create all of this and run through everything is on the outside, and we'll work our way in. Again, there's some neat stuff here and there, but nothing. It's kind of tough to be this far out because, especially, you know, when you don't have a ton of gas and access to stuff, it's kind of a hike to get out here. So the next location, might have to knock a few people over. I have to get a couple scraps to clean these guys up because I know they're going to come after me. Dog, what are you doing, man? Whoa, sir. Dog, attack. Okay, well, okay, take a little break, take a little breather. That's totally fine. You deserved it. Yeah. Well, I would love to heal myself, but these guys just keep on coming. And the dog is just like, hey man, this is your problem. Alright. Come on, one more. Let's take care of that bleed. I will say too, when you're getting in the game, if you don't know a ton about the mechanics and stuff inside the game, bleed is horrible. It lasts a very long time. I have died to bleeding more than I have died to just being overwhelmed by zombies. So definitely make sure you're always carrying some rags with you or medkit. Rags will take care of that bleeding. So getting into B5 over here. So down here is the airport. Not, you know, that's a great POI, tons of places to loot. But again, if you're trying to live that outskirts lifestyle, I feel like this is the best location for you. A couple of houses over there that are residential, however, the back end isn't as nearly secure. And obviously, you're going to have to plug some holes in all around this house. However, you know, it's kind of a unique house, right? It's actually really big. I'd say it's one of the bigger houses in the game itself. And tons of things inside that you can kind of customize to your own liking. A couple bedrooms, houses up here. So as you can see, I've already kind of built out the way that I would at least defend it or set up the defenses. So utilizing, you know, that fence right there, just put up a couple of large fences. I forget what those are actually called. Let's see what they are called. Wood palisade walls. You can put your gate right here. There's a card right here, and so what I would do is create a little mini staircase with a wood roofing, so you can jump up there and you know, defend the base as needed. Give you clear line of sight to everything that's coming in here. So again, cool location, a little bit larger. You could park some extra vehicles on the back end. You do also have access to the water or the ocean. I don't know what that is actually out there. I'm assuming it's an ocean. So again, fishing or any fishing traps. But yeah, that is the best location in B5 right over here. So next we're gonna shoot over to B4, and we'll show you where I feel like is the best location for that. All right, so we have ventured around A4, A5, as well as B5. Now we're over here in B4, and this one's kind of a difficult decision because there's a couple of spots that do make sense. We are right here in front of this auto shop, and there is a small town up north there with a lot of goodies. And so the reason why it's a little bit of a dilemma is I actually think coming down here and setting up base in one of these buildings, and or, hear me out, potentially like two of these buildings would be your best bet. Let's clear all these guys out and we'll talk about why. Excuse me, sir. Dog in there. Oh, thank you. Okay. So let's talk about this just for a second here. So I really like this layout. I like the walls with the entrance there. Same thing over here. And so what my thought process was is you could easily, and then let's go back here. So back here, there's really no entrance inside of any of these buildings. So what I'm thinking you could do is grab a couple of these, whoopsie-daisy. Grab a couple of these palisades, right? Block this off. Okay. Obviously, maybe probably put two in there. You could throw a gate up here. Palisade. Okay. And then over here, same thing. Gate it up, right? And then you got yourself a good little fortified spot. You could park a couple cars in here. You can take out this car here just to get some room. And then inside of here, these buildings are pretty spacious. Backpack action. Here, we grab that reel. So you got a lot of room. Oh, nice. Look at that. Just when you think you lost all hope, you find your rocket launcher ammo right where you left it. So yeah, so just again, a lot of space for you to kind of make this whatever you want. Let's grab that. And you can even, you know, in case you don't know, you can even, as long as you have a hammer, you know, you can dismantle and clean up all of this stuff too. So you can clear out a lot of space. Can you clear out bathtubs? Let's try. Hey, cool. You can. That's cool. Didn't know that. So you can create yourself a neat little location by just blocking off a couple of those things. And so the reason why I don't recommend using that auto shop there is only because I don't know how spawn works. So if you were to toss up one of your spawn point thingamajigs here and block that off, I don't know if that would eliminate things from spawning in that auto shop. And the reason why that's important is because the auto shop has a really good chance to spawn gas. And as you get, into that, early, mid, late game, like, gas is something that you need a lot of, especially if you're rolling around in one of those APCs like I am. So you'll need a lot of gas. So another thing I like to do is I do like to try to set up close to one of those. So every couple of days I can shoot down there, find other car parts and or some gasoline. So, but that's going to do it for B4, and I think we'll head down to C4, maybe after that D4, and so on and so forth, and kind of make our way all the way around. So stay tuned for the next location. Okay, so as we pull up, so this is a new little area that they put in. I want to say it's with the Loots and Ladders patch that just popped, that they just went live with over Christmas break. Not over Christmas break, during Christmas break, I guess. Whatever, Christmas break, you guys get it. But it's just a cool little zone. You can't really see much on the map, but lots of residential here. So let's get some attention to some friends. And whoa! Anyway, ooh, I forgot I don't have any more bandages. Okay, here we go. Let's get some distance. You know what? We have ammo. We have guns. Let's use them, shall we? Alright, there we go. A little more manageable. Thank you, dog, for my experience there. Over the course of this video, I had a couple of scraps. And I am low on health. Ooh. Oh boy, 8. Oh, whoa, sir. Oh no. Alright. Do I have anything I can heal myself with? Negative. Let's see if this does it for me. Oh, look at that. The universe provides one bandage. Okay, so this is a new residential area they put in. Lots of houses, different POIs all around. Pharmacy over there, family clinic. I don't know what that is, laundromat. But just an overall cool location. I love this house. I think it's super neat. You also get a fountain. I don't know any other bases or base locations and or just houses that have a fountain, as well as a basketball hoop, and it comes equipped with a pool. So, but yeah, overall pretty cool format. Obviously, a couple holes you got to plug in here, but it still follows the rule of I love it whenever I have 4 walls, 4 in-game walls. But again, very easily fixed by just popping a couple of walls right here. All right, bingo, bango, bongo. You're good to go there. I'd also put the barbed wire walls and that stuff too. And here I would probably go again with a palisade wall. Pretend like I have 2 there. cover that gap. Put your base gate. I would probably go base gate right here. And again, use that car to your advantage. Then you could you want to go right there. And you could put maybe like a little like half wall up or something. Right. Followed by some steps. And a roof, right? So you can kind of see the format here. Be able to drive your car in here in case any zombies come. You can pop up on your little roof, take them out. And then again, this is one of the bigger houses. I also love that you have a garage. You can easily park a car in here. Lots of neat stuff. Come in here, and again, you can clean up all of this. I do believe there's a way where you can like get rid of all trash. But you know, lots of space for storage. Comes with a fresh bowl of berries. Well, you know what we can do while we're out here? Get some of that ruined cloth. In case you didn't know, if you break down chairs or couches, you do get ruined cloth. Ruined cloth can be turned into rags, which is exactly what I need. So get a couple rags and get back up to top our health off. But again, up top here, lots of space for you to customize whatever you want, whether it's a crafting area and or a armory or something along those lines. You could easily build that out. What's this guy here? Oh, that's cool. A little mech. Let's grab that. Maybe that's good for trading. I thought there's a way. Let's see if I can get it to work. There's a way you can clean up all the debris on the ground. It's one thing I kind of wish you could do. I feel like I've done it in one or two other locations, but I digress. So let's head out. And again, just a good spot. Good spot. You know, I do like this because you kind of are a little more central, so you can shoot over to the main city here, which is Hudson City. This again is located right here in the center of C4. Again, lots of POIs all around here. One thing to consider though is you're kind of far away from a gas station or anything like that. I think the closest gas station is down here. There's one up here as well, not gas station, auto parts store or gas station. I do know there's a gas station right here. I think there's another one right around there. And there's one over on this side too. So, but cool. But again, if you're looking for like kind of a suburb aesthetic, you know, this is a great location. Another good location is way up there. However, a couple of the walls are missing. I feel like it'd be tougher to build out and ultimately like fortify. But yeah, I really like this place. Lots of space on the outside to have extra cars and or a little farm set up. Okay. So I do wonder if you could fish in that pond. Maybe I will put that to the test. Because I think that'd be kind of cool if you could fish in that pond, and therefore you've got another reason to be able to just toss some fishes in there, or fish in there, or toss fish traps in there. What's this guy doing? There you go, buddy. There you go, buddy. Okay, let's head over to. You know what? Maybe we'll jump down to. Actually, let's go over to C3, and we'll head up here, kind of circle all the way back around to the final location, which will be my base. All right. Whoa, let's line them up. it. Come on. Come on. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo-hoo. Wow. That was a close call. However, we have arrived at the next location for what I feel is one of the better places in, where are we at? C5. C5 right here. So, there's a little small residential spot, and you can see I also have my car stuck up there, so I have to figure out how to get that out. But, overall over here, it's kind of tough because there isn't a ton that you can really build off of ish. I mean, this isn't bad, but I would say the one thing you're gonna have to do is you're gonna have to build out literally everything for this wall if you want this spot right here to be the place where you set up your base. It does have 1, 2, 3, 4 walls all around it, or 1, 2, 3, 4. Wow, hashtag counting. It does have 4 walls all around it, so it is pretty secure. So once you get something built out right here, as well as right here, you're in a good spot. Again, it is one of the bigger houses. Love seeing a good repair kit there. Oh, you know what does this have? Ah, bummer. I was going to see if it had the generator in the back, because then it would be a top tier location. Bummer. That's a bummer. This would be cool. So we'll go upstairs here, and yeah, lots of space. Again, really customize this to however you want to play in your play style. Somebody mad? Uh-oh. Get him, dog? Nice. You know, and then honestly, this spot across the street here isn't bad either. Again, you're going to have to build something out right here. However, once you do build that out, it is pretty secure. The other thing to think about too is you do have a survivor over here that will be out and about just crushing zombies for you, so probably keeping this place pretty clear for you. Okay, cool. So that is a smaller spot here in C5 right down here. There isn't a bad spot over here. Maybe I'll shoot over there and show you guys that location too. See, you wanna trade? Hey, Chloe, come here, girl. Trade. What do you got? Nothing that I really want to trade. Okay. So yeah. So let's get out of here and we'll go to the next location on the map. All right. Here we are now in E5. Okay, and like we're literally right on the border of E5. So if you want to get, technical, maybe this is the, D5, but in my opinion, if for some crazy reason you want to put a base out here in no man's land, this is going to be the best location, and I'm going to tell you a couple reasons why. One, you're a straight shot down here. So down here, there's going to be a gas station, I want to say a laundromat, a food court area. There is an outdoor sports place, and then a hardware store. So lots of good stuff in that area. Some things you have to consider, though, is right here there are a whole bunch of bandits. Again, an early game, they will take you out, especially if you're not geared with anything. So again, if you want to be out here in no man's land, here's the good location, and here's why I think. One, you have access to water right here, so you could very easily put out a lot of fishing traps. So that will kind of take care of some food necessities, especially early on. And food traps aren't anything crazy. Let's see. Yeah, they take 5 sticks and 3 wood. So very simple ingredients. But this house has almost, almost completely surrounded by, natural walls. Obviously you have to plug in a couple of holes, but I would also expand the base. I would look at it more so as you are building it starting almost right here, right? Put your gate up right here, and so you can naturally use all of this stuff to create a barrier, okay? Obviously put a wall right there. That's my ride. Maybe put another exit over here for fun. But really expand and utilize these guardrails, around the road to create and really make this thing as big as possible, just so you can park some extra cars in here, or kind of do whatever you want, and then I will say I did find this backpack right here, which has a million different slots in it. I did find it right here, and so I don't know if that's something that happens all the time, but it's definitely, I think it is the best backpack in game because of how many slots it has. But if you just plug in these holes in the back, you've got yourself a pretty awesome secure location that you can really build out and make your own. Again, access to water across the street there. However, the negatives are you're really far away from multiple cities and other awesome POIs. So again, not a bad location, but probably, I wouldn't call it S tier as far as if I'm starting a fresh game. This isn't where I'm putting my base. But again, if you want to be kind of on the outskirts and live that nomad life, I think something along these lines would do you well, with access to water, and then really kind of building this thing out to maximize its footprint. Cool. So from here, we're going to head over to E4, and I'll show you the best place there. Okay, so the next location that we're checking out is going to be over here in D5. So we've been pretty much all around up top here, up north, and down here in D5. So I personally love this spot. It's really cool the way that it's laid out, and you can do some really great stuff from a defense perspective, as well as just from just setting up a nice, cool base. You can really expand it into a couple other parts of the map. So we're gonna cruise over there so you can kind of see. There's also stuff right here, like the farm is right here where you can run up to. Right behind me, the farm location with lots of goodies there, like honey. I believe there's like a lot of like tools and stuff that you can find over in that location. So this is the next spot. So clear out all these guys here while I ghost ride the whip over there with the APC. Dog doing work. Alright, come on, friends. Oh, look at this guy crawling all the way over to say what's up. Boom. Alright, a couple more here, and then we'll kind of get to the review. So, yeah. Let's go with the old, uh-oh. Whoops. Gotta have a weapon. Gotta have a weapon. Okay, so the reason why I love this place is because this house right here has 4 pretty much almost complete walls, right? So I love that, right? From a base perspective, this is a very simple, actually let's go inside, I'll kind of give you a tour. Again, all of these things you can clear out, you can dismantle. So if you have a hammer, just come in here. Whoops, let's drop the hammer. Alright. Okay, there we go. So yeah, so like you see, you can clear all this stuff out and really make it your own. based on how you want to have it set up. Upstairs, you can have all your storage down here, maybe all your crafting up here. Again, lots of little places. Oh, hey, you know what? I don't think I've seen the hamper yet, which clothes basket. Cool, let's grab that. Why not? Why not? So, again, love this location, not only for the actual house that you could set up in, but for, you know, the 4 walls, right, that you have access to. And you can have a little bit of fun with it. Here, let's go take care of this guy before he comes over and messes me with. Does anybody ever use the whatever that move is, but the get the stealth kill, if you will? Man, it always takes up so much energy, and I don't even think even with the talent points in it, it would make a lot of sense, because it is just very, it's a long animation. But anywho, so my thought was, you could do something like this, where, you know, you have maybe something like this, you know, boom, 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 or even something like this, where it's like you don't have that there. You can maybe just do one of these, right? Like maybe one's your open, you know, you're always your open to come in, and then your leave, right? So, but because of these walls here, it does offer you a lot of like customizations, as well as like when you start to look at the overall compound that's here, you have a lot of space to kind of work with. So, again, pretty cool location. Couple POIs all around here. You do get kind of close. So down here, there is a gas station, sports store, a couple of other like bigger POIs. So it's not that far away, especially early game whenever you know are on foot a lot. But yeah, big fan of the overall spot right here. It just has those securities with all the walls around it, and again, access to some kind of cool residential spots for you to go up here and loot kind of all around. Okay, so we will head down to D5 now, or not D5, E5, and we'll show you what I feel like is the best base in D5. Catch you soon. Okay, so now we are down here in E3, E4, and the place that I have in mind for the best base location in E4 is going to be right up here, kind of on the border of E4/D4. So we're going to cruise up there, and I will show you what I'm thinking. There's actually a couple of different options up here, in my opinion. So, actually, let's see what we're going on here, right? Yeah, all right, cool. Yeah, all right, let's cruise up in there. There's actually a couple of different options, in my opinion, that you could use. And this isn't a bad location. Still not the best. Kind of off the beaten path. To track some friends here. Getting kind of late in the day. They're all going to come swarming. Whoa, whoa, whoa. All right. Get it cleaning. Come on, guys. Whoa. Whoa, whoa. Lots. Oh, we're all caught up in this thing. That's not good. Get out of here. Oh, double whammy. Man. Ah! This guy. Get up in there, dog. Get up in there. Let me finish that off. Okay. Alright. Boom. Alright, cleared up. So, oh man, more coming. Okay. I want to clean these up so we can kind of explore this properly. So what I do like about this place is there really is a couple of locations and a couple of things that you could use to like kind of make this your own. So first and foremost, oh man, these guys, get them, get them, get them. So what I like about this spot is, as always, we have walls all the way around most of this right here. Okay, you do have this giant house over here, which I do like, and it is cool. However, the back is completely exposed. Another thing to consider is over here. So just so you know on the map, here's where we're at. Right there. Another thing to consider is when you're over here, there's usually like 1 to 2 cars that you can restore. So there's a car right there, and I want to say I picked up a truck that was over there in that that garage. And I would say the other kind of cool thing about this area is back here there's some mini sheds. There's some pretty good loot up there. But if you planted a what are they called? If you built a spawn point here, there would be, you would have a lot of things that you can kind of continue to loot all around here. And again, some of it isn't necessarily like the best locations, but there are some pretty decent stuff around here. I have actually found a generator. Actually, I want to say it was in maybe that closet or that shed there. But what I would do is I would try to utilize again as much space as possible. And this is where it might get a little tricky because what you could do is, there you go. What you could do is build out maybe something like this, where, you know, maybe you've got like a wall or two here, you know, and again, gate, right? Do the same thing over here. Gate. And what's cool about this is then you kind of start to block off really this entire like lot, right? You'd have to obviously come over here and clean this up over here and make sure that all of these locations are. And actually, you know what? Now that I'm thinking about it, you know what? We're going to do a correction. We're going to do a correction live in the video. I'm actually going to not say that spot over there. I'm going to say this spot right here, because here's why. Still, I would keep with what we have going on here. But what's cool, and I didn't realize this, is this house actually has the generator. So, and it's relatively in a good spot. So you could easily block off this here. Oops. Hopefully you guys can see because it is dark. You can block off these spots right here. And obviously have a little fun. Maybe put a barricade up, right? Clean up all of this. Still have your gate right there. And then you got this giant honkin' mansion ready to go. You could actually also take out this car, which if I had my my sledgehammer on me, I would. But inside this house, this is one of the bigger houses in the game. So you have lots of space to really do whatever you want with it, as well as, like, you know, a couple of places you could store stuff while you're kind of getting everything up and running. Anything good in here? Hey, grab those. Why not? Always use new batteries. Batteries are for your flashlight. For those of you who don't know, right click, use, and it recharges your batteries or adds batteries to that. Can of beans, why not? Love me some beans. And again, like you've seen in the other videos, is any of this material stuff, you can come over here, as long as you have a hammer, and it doesn't matter what hammer, it can be the one that you can craft right here. Whoa. It can be this hammer too. It doesn't have to be the good hammer that I have. But as you saw, you can take out any of the couches. You know, I do wish, you know, and devs, if you're watching, like, I'd love to be able to take off, like, you know, that garage space. But you could definitely park a car in here. So open your gate. Let's go grab my ride. Whoopsie. Don't attract anybody over there. And hopefully you guys can still see this. It's kind of in the dark, but hey, it's a new look. Yeah, you could easily. So you got your gates over there, everything blocked off. Look at that. Look at that, like a glove. Like a glove. You come over here. Maybe build out a couple of you know, large storage containers. Have this kind of be a dump area for just all your loot, so you can dump and go. Oh, nice. Is that a bear trap? Yeah. Love some bear traps. Those are good. And actually, since I have... Do I have my hammer with me? Let's drop those things off there. Let's clean this up. So, again, it doesn't matter if you have this hammer or the other hammer, or even like the actual axe is pretty good. You can break down these cars that are completely trashed. Ooh, see you, sir. Uh-oh, another one. Clean these up. So again, great spot to kind of make your own. You know, you would have to probably do something like this too, and just block off everything so it is nice and secure, so you don't got anybody kind of coming in from the back. You could have some fun. Maybe add some electric fences. Ooh, I wonder how electric fences work when it comes to houses that have the generators on the back. Anywho, cool. So that is going to be the best base location in E4. Again, we're right down here. It's this big house, and as you can kind of see how I've kind of made it my own. But again, there's lots going on all around here. So we'll pick back up in the next location. Alright, we just got to the best base location in E4, and this one's a little unique. Ah, whoa, took that one. Oh, looks like I don't have any pants anymore. Okay. So let's clean these guys up, and we will review the spot. So let's not die. Also, where's my dog? What are you, like, just hanging out, you bum? Oh yeah, look at you. There you are. Yeah, do something, will ya? Get that sledgehammer out. Let's also... treat. Ooh, gotcha. Okay, so... don't need... come on. Grab that. Alright. So here we are. And this one's pretty cool. Alright, and so... it doesn't necessarily check all the boxes on my list of, like, base locations. The reason why I like it is because it's very cool. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Whoa, alright. Just calm down, sir, calm down. it doesn't check all the boxes off when it comes to security. However, it's cool enough that I think it's really neat. And so this would take a little bit more when it comes to um, building in order to get it into a place where you're not worried about zombies coming in, or Zeeks, forget what they call them here. But here's how I would build this out. So first off, if you've got a garage, you got to utilize it. I would do something along these lines, so you can just pull right in there, right, and so on and so forth, and really just build this thing out to be as big as possible. And I don't think, and maybe we can test this somehow, some way, but I think you'd have to almost make that wall all the way over here, you know, and continue to build this thing out completely around. This section's fine. These little bushes act as a barrier. As you can see, you can climb on them. Feels very realistic. So you can almost go like bush, little bush right there, between these bushes right here. Kind of get the idea, right? And then all the way around, you would have to cover this window because they can come in that window. However, this place comes complete with a pool. I would definitely be putting all of my, what are they called? These guys right here. These new water containers that you can build. Where are those at? Oh, you know what? They, in the newest update, you don't have to build them, you can just place them, and they work. But I would totally put those all right there. And, you know, have a little plot for farming back here. But inside of here, you can see this is a pretty big base that you can make your own. The other thing to consider is you're right here by water, so you can put a ton of fishing traps out there. And I'd say, aesthetically speaking, this is probably one of the cooler bases that are cooler locations to build a base. There is an honorable mention right over here, which you know what? I'm gonna go ahead and create a video for this spot too. But I would say, you know, depending on how you want to play, this spot over here definitely has more security. However, this one just looks cool, right? You're just coming out here, hanging out on your patio. Lots of zombie bodies over there, and tons of space looking out the ocean. You know, and there is, I believe, one of the spawn points is right over here. So it's not too far away. As you can see, there's a couple of really good spots. This space over here is actually one of my favorite base locations, which we'll show you guys. But definitely don't sleep on this spot. Make it your own. It is pretty cool. I've seen some other individuals playing the game and even doing things like building up on the roof here. So, but as you can see, just tons of space up here to really make this your own. So, stick around. We are gonna go to the next location, and we'll see you guys over there. And we are back, getting into what is probably my top five, probably top three base locations. And that's down here in E3. And so the reason, before we cruise up there to see it, is, you know, it's actually right up here. However, just right down here, just right, you know, right south of the base location, you have access to a hotel with tons of rooms in it. Generally find a backpack. A way up there in the top corner, a hardware store, and then there's just a big city down here that has a storage facility, which is like right here, I believe, a gun store. There is a gas station over here. Tons and tons of things. Technically speaking, I'm pretty sure a dog spawn point is in this house or this house, one of those two houses right there. So again, I love this spot because it's so conveniently close to a bunch of things. There's usually a car in that motel parking lot, but let's pull up here. Home sweet home. So yes, I have made this spot my base multiple times, multiple playthroughs. Generally clear out all these trees, and what I do is, you know, we're gonna get a little in depth on this one because it is just so close to home. How I usually go about it, you do something like this, right? Something like this here. Okay. You know, and it's a good little setup. Don't get me wrong. I try to have more of an angle so I can like really get in here and shoot anything that's coming, you know, coming in this spot. I also always, what I usually do from a defense perspective is I will put up these barbed wire guys, kind of like right here, maybe some pitfalls out here, for example. You know, really load this up, because a lot of hordes, they'll come in, they'll kind of come in at an angle, so they'll come in, they'll kind of scrape all along both of those things. So, and again, you've got four solid walls. Literally, that's it. You don't need to do anything on the back end to protect them. The one kind of downfall is I do feel like I outgrew this base really quick, only because this is it. Like, this is all the room you're kind of working with, you know. Now, don't get me wrong. Again, you can come in here, dismantle all this stuff, you know, kind of make it a little bit, make it a little bit easier for you. But still, once you start really kind of loading up these locations with some storage facilities, you know, I did these two back-to-back stacked. It's kind of my jam right now. You know, you do start kind of running out of space. However, you can get a little creative with how you do it. Obviously, you can always build onto the base, maybe over here, something along those lines. But it is a great location because, as I stated, down here there's just plenty of stuff for the pickings. And so I forget what this spawn point is. Again, when you start the game, I believe you can spawn. It's like right around here in this area. And again, this spot it's primo as far as, you know, a great place to set up. You know, lots of trees all around it. I want to say there's even like deer that are generally over here that you can go kill for meat. And now, you know, skin and hide and that kind of stuff. So again, probably one of my more favorite locations because it allows me to, even if I don't have a car, it allows me just to kind of track back and forth very quickly to kind of get my base up and running, get supplies. And again, you've got hotel right here, or motel right here, hardware store right here, storage facility like right here, gun store here, gas station over here. You know, there's another gas station right down here, another gas station up here. So you know, you kind of got a decent spot, right? And you are pretty central, right? You're still a little bit south, but still you can jump on this road and boom, you're up here relatively quickly. So again, this is E3 prime location. Again, probably top 3 spots that I like to build out a base, whether it's my primary base or if it's like a secondary base. So I'm just kind of farming this area and bringing supplies up here. So definitely check it out. It's a great spot. And it's right off the main drag there. Anyway, check it out. Let me know how you feel about it. Okay, so we're coming up. Ooh, the sun is setting, and we're coming up on my favorite location, base location for D3, and it is right here. It's an old church, and let's clear out. Oh, hey, we got a little friend here. Oh, it doesn't need our help. Doesn't need our help. Let's see. Let's let this. Whoa, buddy. Come on now. I didn't mean to hit you. Well, he'll respawn eventually. So I would say, oh, dog food. I love this location because it's a cool, unique location. And they're, you know, with just a few adjustments, so such as, oh, whoops, such as adding base gate here, right? Wall right here. Oh, come on. Almost, because there's that body there. Maybe not. Another wall here. Right, you've got a pretty secure spot. Obviously, there's some things back here that you need to clean up, such as this spot, and then in the very back here, there's a pretty big gap, but it's manageable. It's manageable if you like a big base in these survival games. So all you need to do, again, put that up, maybe toss, maybe upgrade this to have can you show upgrades? Let's see. Oh, you gotta build it first. Anyway, all the walls can be upgraded with barbed wire and that kind of stuff. But just do that all around here, and then that gives you access to inside of here, which just has a ton of space to work with. So lots of areas to put up storage, you know, just to give you an idea of kind of what that would look like. I mean, look, one of these large containers is, you know, half of that wall, so you can easily get 2 to 3 per I don't know, wall, plate, whatever that is. So times 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5 times 2, you get 10 just lined up right there. And that's just in there, right? That doesn't count the inside here. This could be your, maybe this is your storage area, and inside of here is crafting. Again, lots of possibilities. Also, it helps if you have pants on whenever you're trying to survive in the apocalypse. Ooh, that's a cool looking angle, right? That's neat. That looks cool. So yeah, so this, and it's also, the other thing too about this spot is it's right here at the crossroads, right? Right where, so again, this is the best base location in D3. However, I mean, you are central, right? You are central right here. You can get to Hudson City. You can get down here to, I think it's called Arrington. Hoverton is over here. I think Alpine's right here. There is like the big mansion, POI is right here. You know, your radio tower up here is, which is where your kind of your main objective is. So again, very convenient for being a base kind of right here in the center. And you can also park, you know, any of your extra rides over here. So again, this is in D3. D3, love this spot. Probably a top 5 spot, not a top 3. Not a top 3. I will show you the probably 1 and 2 position. You also do have access over here to a sporting goods store and a couple of other odds and ends. So again, not a bad place to set up shop. Okay, so next we are going to head into D3, or sorry, D2, and I will show you where I feel like is the best base location in D2. So over here in, what's this, D2, there's a spot that I want to show you guys because while it's not on my favorite base locations list necessarily, it is pretty cool. And it's this little cul-de-sac here where if you drive past it, most of these houses have 4 walls pretty much fully secure all around them. So again, not my favorite place, but also not a bad place to set up if you want to be a little more central. Any of these houses are great houses. They're big. I don't know if any of them necessarily have the generator on the back. Maybe, whoa, watch out for the bear. Watch out for the bear. Racing bears. Let's see. I don't see one back here. I don't see one back here either. Yeah, anywho. Again, not a bad place if you want to set up, just not necessarily on my list. I did just want to take a moment just to show you guys because it is kind of a cool location, and it is pretty central to where you can kind of get out and about and around. So anyway, we're going to head over to this part of town where I want to show you guys what I think is a great spot if you're wanting to set up over here in D2. Alright, so we're over here in D2, right in this area, and I'm about to show you guys, it's going to take a second to clear it out. I'm going to show you guys one of my favorite locations, and that is this spot right here. Woo! I think they're all going to come in pretty hot. Get that spear going. There's the dog attack. I'm just going to go ahead and light them up. Rocking the UMP SMG here. Had a ton of that ammo. Oh my God. Spear. God, I hate that bleeding. That bleeding is one menacing debuff. Good thing I tried to get a couple of my wounds. Just taking domes off. Alright, just treat that. Okay, so I love this space for a couple of reasons. One, give you a little bandage for a bandage. The entrance is pretty fortified, so let's take this guy out here. Let the dog clean him up. And I would say this too, in D2 here. Let's get up here. In D2 here, there's a couple of places, you know. It's actually not a bad little spot right out here. It's pretty neat, but I like this location because it's just big. It's a big footprint. You could very easily just add a couple of things here to fortify this position. I'll show you what that looks like right now. Spear. Also, don't know if you guys have noticed, but switched up the vehicles. Rocking a military Jeep now. kind of for probably the remainder of this video. The APC was getting a little stale. Okay, it's cool. I love it. It is pound for pound, sir. There you go, man. I love the Spartan spear. Boom. Finish him up there, a little curb stomp. Anywho, what I was saying was, I love this for this location because again, it's an easily fortifiable base. Maybe you do something like this. Kind of allow you, easy access to kind of get in. You've got plenty of space back there for vehicles. And, you can have this little window here to clear up anything that's coming through. And again, obviously always toss out whatever defenses you can. A couple of these guys would do you well here. Probably right here as well. But again, I love this spot on D2, especially because I think one of the spawn locations is like right here, so you could very easily make it over to this city and start building this thing out. Plus, I love this supply station, or this supply POI. It just always has such good stuff, and then there's a ton of just good loot in this area as well. So again, if you're looking for a good spot, I like this place too because it is. You've got a city right here, you got a city right here, you got another city, kind of smaller city called Sunrise. This guy's over here, so there's a lot for you to do, kind of in this specific area. Keep you pretty busy, and allow you to get things geared up. You've got this restaurant here, always has like food, water, etc. Always kind of a vehicle out and about around this area. I've always kind of found one, but definitely recommend this spot. It is probably my top 3, definitely a top 3er. So let me know what you think in the comments, obviously, and we will continue our path to mapping out every single location or every single grid point and the best base in that location. So we're going to be heading over to D1 next. Alright, so we're leaving that spot and we're going to head over to what I'm going to call a bonus location over here in D2. And it's right over here. Now, there's a bunch of these residential houses over here, which that's great. But let's get down here and I'll kind of give you the lay of the land. I'll probably attract some friends. Look at that, look at that. Guys, pick up the spear. Go to the antique store if you see one, and hopefully you get it to drop because, man, I love the spear. Got some good reach. Plus I'm wearing a Spartan helmet, Spartan spear, really feeling the whole Spartan theme. Oh, boom, see ya, sir, see ya. Okay, so here we go. So again, I like this spot because I just think it's unique looking. I would definitely keep these trees, right? You got to keep the trees. Looks good with the trees. There is a ton of residential stuff around here that you can totally loot. And then again, very similar like what I talked about up here in the other D2 location. There's all these locations all around you to loot, right? Even like the that mansion, which maybe we'll drive over there really quick and check that out. But this is something that you could very easily, again, you've seen it before here, but do something like this, something like this, something like this, right? And with just a few walls built, right? Some wood, some logs, some rope, some sheet metal. You've got a really cool spot. Obviously, plug that up. And then head in here. Of course, the door is locked. Fun fact, you can break windows. But the other thing is, you just have all this space in here to kind of make your own, have different storage rooms, and then crafting all together. But I do really like this spot. You know, it might get a little cramped after a while. However, you know, I think you could live comfortably. Obviously, take out all these beds, right? Once you got your hammer, take all this stuff down. Really kind of make it your own. But yeah, that is. Also, if you ever enter a place with a door that's locked, all you gotta do is unlock it, and you can just leave, right? Just heads up. That's something that took me many hours to figure out. But again, this is again a second kind of location over here in D2. Again, I really like this spot because it's secluded. You've got 4 walls, right, all around you. With a couple of additional walls here, you can have a nice fortified base. Alright, you know what, we might just go... Should we go check out the mansion real quick? I don't know, we'll see. Maybe we'll see you at the mansion, maybe we'll see you at the next base location. Either way, we'll see you again. You know what, let's head to the mansion. Let's head to the mansion and see what they have cooking up here. Oh boy. Hot stuff going on. Ooh, get out, get out, get out. Oh man, I probably should have been a little bit better prepared for this. Come on, line them up. That's not good. Let's go over here, save some energy. Jump the fence. Stop that bleeding. Dog can take care of himself for a second. He is a beast. Look at him. He doesn't even need me. I could sit behind this wall playing with my bandages and he would just clean up after me. Alright, let's go around, see if we forgot anybody else. Yeah, a couple of lingerers. Woof. Come on. Might help if I have pants on, maybe? Maybe we'll go through this mansion really quick and see if we can find a pair of pants for me. But first, let's check out what these Lambos need here. Go ahead and repair these guys. As I've been out here cruising around looking at different base locations, I just brought a couple of spare parts for me, just in case I see some cars that are out there that I think deserve to be repaired. So we'll definitely come back for the Lamborghini here. That is a bummer that I don't have a starter. What are the chances? What are the chances? The thing that I need, I don't have. Typical. Typical. So, spoiler alert, if you guys haven't been here before, we'll run through here really quick. So far, I have ran through here once before. You know, where's my dog? Dog. There you are. Let's just go ahead and get the good stuff here. Get back up to 100%. Let's head upstairs. See if we can find anything of use. Ah, Spartan Spear. Hey, pants. That's always nice. I do need a black hoodie. What are the chances of there being a black hoodie in here somewhere? For a quest. Ooh, look at those. Look at those sneaks. Let's grab this cable. Why not? Por qué no? I think that was everything up here. I checked the laundry basket. I don't really need that. Alright, we'll head back down. So yeah, so this is the mansion. I've seen a couple of other people playing, and I want to say pretty consistently I have seen cars in the front. So just so you know, that's over here in D1, right here. So right outside the city. And it's cool. It's a cool POI. I would say this too. You could make this a base. You totally could. I think. I don't know if you can put a spawn point here. Let's just try. Let's see what the game tells me. Yeah. Maybe I could. Cool. I mean, this would be a cool base location. It's a pretty unique POI. Definitely, if you come here, you got to keep all the trees around it. I love that aesthetic. So yeah. Okay, cool. Let's jump in. Actually, let's do one more thing. One more thing. Let's see. What does the fuel? A little bit. Fuel. A little bit. Okay. Just wondering. Also, bonus, the military Jeep. Love having it because my dog just hangs out in the backpack there. And he looks like he is just enjoying himself. So we're going to head down here and I will show you the best base location in Hoverton. Whoopsie. Alright, so we have... we just kind of cleared this location out. As you can see, all of our deceased friends over there. But this base is located over in C1. And what I like about this base is, well, there's a few things. One, as you guys know, I love my walls. So we've got 3 solid walls all around it. Kind of a 4th in the front. And then, as you can see, I've already kind of built out how I would roughly lay out the entrance, as well as like maybe like an exit over here. So lots of space. That's the other good thing. You can easily take out these cars. Again, kind of show you how you can do that. Just grab the old sledgehammer. Steel sledgehammer. Just go to work on these guys. You'll see, as you can see, it breaks down metal, scrap, etc. Sometimes you get some car parts. But that at least clears up kind of some parking spaces over here. And then what else is pretty cool is with the new Loots and Ladders update that came out back in December, you have a ladder on the back of this building. So you can very easily climb up here and start making something out of the roof, whether you want to have, I don't know, rain catchers up there, whatever you want. But still, this kind of gives you multiple areas to kind of build things out. This is pretty much a wide open room for you to use. And then over here is kind of similar to, I believe this is a similar POI as my base. But you can always kind of clean up everything the best you can, right, to give more space. And then be putting up storage lockers all on the outside, and then maybe crafting happens on the right side, and then storage on the left. And same thing over here, right? So just plenty of space, but I definitely really like this location. It is primo in my opinion. Like I said, not location. I love the base. The location's okay. You do have some residential stuff over here, residential stuff over here. You do have a survivor camp up here, so it's nice to be able to shoot up there, get missions, and then go about your way. There is an awesome military base slash outpost right here. Lots of good gear. However, if you do go there, make sure you're geared because there is a ton of zombies, and they will kick your ass. And then, yeah, finally you got the radio tower back here. So that's, something you should be working towards day one. But as far as best base locations in C1, this place is going to do it. So I will wrap this and we'll head over to C2. Alright, so if you're just tuning in, we are looking at this spot right here in C2. And kind of similar to the reasons why I liked this location over in C1. You are semi-central, right? You have access, pretty quick access down to these city locations, as well as Hudson City. Arrington's a little bit further away. The radio tower is right here. You got some gas stations, right? You're kind of central of 3 gas stations, so that's nice. And what else? What else? Some residential spots over here, military outpost. That's a good one to have or to know about. You do get a quest to go there eventually, but what I would say is I like this location because we have walls, right? We have walls all around us. We would have to patch these walls a little bit more compared to some of the other base locations we have all chatted about. So just like that, real something simple. Got a shed, right? It's pretty cool. I like sheds. Comes with a fishing rod. Ooh, is that a repair kit? That is clutch. Because the old Jeep over here is gotten kind of banged up recently. Couple of things you would have to do is you have to build like a smaller wall over here. Again, if we're going for maximum fortification. So that's kind of the only downside. You do also have a generator here, which is cool. I really want to play with the generator. I've yet to set up a base that has the new generators attached to the buildings. So coming this way. All right, so yeah, we'll just take a look inside just so you can see. But this is one of those houses that's got a pretty big footprint, as well as it's bigger than I thought actually. A nice little garage for you to at least pull one car in. Again, developers, if you're listening, I'd love to be able to knock this thing down. That would be pretty cool. Yeah, I can't do that. That way we've got a two-car garage. But let's see, do I need anything in here? Yeah, let's grab that. I can always use that. Oh yeah, bear trap. Love that. Another repair kit. Jackpot. But yeah, great location. So how I would also fortify this is once you have all those walls built out, you got this awesome long corridor that you can pull into. So that is a very simple way. All you got to do is just grab your base. Right? Boom. And then you've also just got plenty of room in here for cars, marine, and that other type of stuff. So, again, great base location. Nice large building to be inside. Some fun little cosmetic additions over here, especially with the trailer. But I really love this location down in C2. Don't sleep on it. Highly recommend. And we'll see you at the next spot. Alright, now here we are over in B2. B2. That is this location right here. Um, we're gonna cruise up in here, make a ruckus, and then I'll walk you through this base location. But as you can see, it has walls all around it. Ooh, you know what? Let's just park it right up in here. Let's ghost ride the whip. And here they come. Oh man, I got my dog on hangout mode. Whoa. Oh man, guys, you gotta remember to put bullets in the gun. Trust me, it is way better if you do that. I have a tendency of completely forgetting attack. There we go. Let's go help Mr. Puppers. Go. By the way, if you like this sword, I found it in an antique shop. Got quite a few of them now from the antique shop. Man, I tell you what, I get hit. There you go. Take those Timberlands. Okay, so this is right here in B1. Love this spot, love this location. Very close to the main city. You got a gas station right here. You got another gas station up here. You've got that radio tower right there. A couple other cool POIs like the military base, which you do get a quest to go to at one point in time. So, but what I would say is, again, what I like about this location is it's pretty cool. It has a lot around it as far as walls. What I would recommend doing is something like this, where you know you gate off a majority of this road, and you build these walls all around here. Whoops. Kind of get the idea of what we're cooking with here, but whoops. And again, make these however you want them to be. Obviously, this is just for me showing you guys and everybody else out there that's interested in the game how I would kind of lay these out. Uh-oh. Look, you're about to get ran over by some bandits. Come on. Come on. Yeah, get him. Get him. Look at this guy. Look at this guy. Just dead against the car. R.I.P. son. Alright, here we go. You trying to come with the dog? Alright. Too easy. So, anyway, back to what I was saying. We'll loot those guys here in a second, but this specific base is where I'd probably set up my main base. The reason I'm saying that is because really behind this and this, there's ways for zombies to get in. So you'd probably also have to do something like this, just to make it as secure as possible. Whoa. Whoa. Well, whatever. It wants to go there. Let's let it go there. But again, you could park cars in here. You could put some storage containers just for like dumping stuff, right? And get back out there. Excuse me. And then this house actually has a pretty large just footprint in general, so you could very easily clear. Oh man, I love when I'm able to do that. I don't know how I can always do that, but every now and then, and if I'm in a POI, I can like somehow target the trash and get rid of all the trash on the ground. So, big fan of that. If you guys know how to do that, let me know. feel like I can just randomly get it to work every now and then. But as I was saying, a lot of room, a lot of space for you to make this your own. Obviously, clear everything out. I really wish this had a generator on it, but it doesn't. But still, big backyard for you to do whatever you want for rain catchers, farming, and then obviously, plug in these holes where you need. But really like this spot. It's definitely pretty cool. You are also very close to water, so you could put fish traps and that kind of stuff out and go fishing, which is something that you need to feed the old puppers here. But yeah, I'd say that's enough for this location. We're gonna head over to the next one, and we'll see you guys over there. All right, we've got a rainy day today. We're gonna shoot up here to this base location, which I'm gonna call it B1. This is the best base location for B1. So let's head up there, and I will show you what we are working with. Right. I believe there's two entrances, kind of like a north and south entrance. Oh, we got some bears. We got some bears. Let's try to take these guys out real quick, hopefully. Let's see. Hey, our fellas. Whoa. Hey, little buddy. That's hitting them? Is it registering? I don't know, but obviously if they're scared of me. Oh my god! Alright. There you go, one bear. Guess the other one took off. He recognized what was about to happen to him. Okay, so this is probably one of my top 3 favorite bases, and I'm about to tell you why. So, first off, it's huge. You're on this giant kind of hill right here in the center. It does stink that it's kind of, up here northwestish, but at the end of the day, it's actually not a bad spot. You're still pretty close to like this big city. You can shoot down these roads to these cities, so it's not bad. There's a couple residential areas here. There's the big prison right up here, which is a cool POI to check out. You do have a survivor camp right here, so you can very easily shoot over there for any quest completions. But when you also, the benefits are on this is you do have an apple tree, so you have apples that you can pick and eat. I don't know if it's only in summer, but still at the end of the day, it's great. It's reoccurring food that you don't have to go pick, and you also have access to to honey. So again, kind of a unique POI because those are 2 resources that'll continue to regenerate. A couple things you do kind of consider is this is a lot of land to defend. However, depending on how you want to lay it out, it wouldn't be that hard for you to do something like see, this is where it gets kind of tough. I would probably go like this and start breaking off this area, right? Again, bear with me. Not going to be perfect. These are just for the sake of showing you. And then maybe, and I don't know how the game would react, or like the zombies and stuff, but maybe gate right here, right? Wood wall. Same thing over there. Obviously complete it. The thing you have to consider is now this thing's wide open. I would maybe do something like this. Just to test it, obviously. Just do something like this. Do something simple, right? You can always throw some barbed wire on the other side of this, too. That'll pretty much stop any zombies that are coming through. Right? You put one or two of these up right here. And this thing becomes pretty much pretty easy to defend on its own. And then, again, kind of block this off right here. Whoops. So yeah, so then that leaves you with a pretty large footprint all around here. You could also utilize inside this farm for crafting and that kind of stuff if you want. So pretty large footprint right here for crafting, storage. I mean, really anything with this much space. I'll take a jack. You could easily line up a ton of storage right here. I mean, just make rows and rows of storage all around it. Pick a pitchfork, because why not? What is in this car? Ooh. Yeah. Yeah, let's check inside this house. See what we got going on. Love some ammo. Yeah, this is one of the smaller houses, so not a ton of space in here, but still usable, right? Very easily start taking apart everything, get you some space. Unlock that door. Gotta hit unlock. So yeah, it is a really cool spot, tons of space, and then obviously, you know, toss in another gate right here, something along those lines. And I'm pretty sure you could be able to come right here and like shoot anything, you know, without any issue, right? That's coming up this way. If the zombies do choose to come that way, there are a couple more spots that I think you have to clear up, like right here. There's a little gap, and then there's another gap there and there. But either way, it's a cool spot. It's pretty accessible. Being up here in the top, get down to Hudson. Like I said, there's a gas station right up here, so that's nice. There's a gas station right down there, a gas station right down there. So lots for you to do whenever you're over in this area. So definitely check it out if you're playing the game and you're looking for kind of a unique spot with some cool resources over here for you to utilize. Okay, head on to the next spot. And as we close in on the best base location for C3, which is right over here. I'm expecting some heavy resistance potentially. Oh man, those jumpers. And bleeding. Oh, lost my pants. More coming. Looks like it. Let's take out these guys, and then we'll stop the bleeding. Let's get that off real quick. Man, bleeding, again, you've probably heard me say it in this video a dozen times, but it is very punishing. Oh yeah, right to the dome. Alright, let's go over here and take out some of these guys so we can get on with the base tour. Oh, sir. Well, maybe not. Let's leave him up there because I think he looks great. So, so this is going to be the best base location for C3. And the reason why I like this spot is it's pretty centrally located. It does have 4 walls around it for the most part. You obviously need to plug in a couple of holes here and there. Obviously, let's go with and here. You know what? I would do this a little, maybe a little unique. Would you say? Potentially, maybe like that, right? Then maybe drop this in. You know, park this car in the worst spot. So I'll walk you guys through this stuff. All right, let's put this over here. But something like this is how I would. Uh-oh. All right, hold on. Hearing windows break. Another one? Come on, little buddy. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo-hoo. Sniped. That was nice. That was real nice. Okay. So, back to what I was saying. Oh, hold on. Okay, so I would take that. I would pull this out right here, and then maybe make a gate right about here. Maybe make a gate right about here. That way, when you have it all built out, obviously fill these cracks, but you can shoot through anything in this wall. I like my, you guys will see my base, but I like my setup where I have it elevated and pointing down a little bit. But still, this is a great location. So you got a pretty good footprint right here. When you place down that spawn beacon and you clear these things out, all these guys would go away. So shouldn't be any issue there. The other thing to think about is you're around a couple of like good spots. So this is like a little military base up here that you can go to and obviously loot that. This is a motel right here, so that's a pretty good POI to check out, especially in early game, because it just has a ton of, like, I shouldn't say good loot, but it has a ton of like just odds and ends that I think in the very beginning are beneficial to have. You're not too far from this over here, this gas station. There's a bunch of things over there. You know, you can kind of still get down here. You know, you're not too far up northeast here, but big fan of this location. Very accessible, pretty much dead center in the map. And then let's go inside so you can kind of see the footprint of the house. Excuse me. Nothing too crazy. You know, you've seen these build outs, I'm sure, multiple times before. Does this have a generator? Dumb bummer, no generator. But it's a cool looking, you know, POI. I obviously would never shoot Mr. You know, this guy up here. He is a great lawn ornament for you. You know, just hanging out up there on the swing set. So not sure. What? You can climb? Oh man, didn't know you could do that. That's fun. But yeah, and then you know, obviously you're really close to Hudson City when you have a chance to start going in there. And you know what? There is also a gas station, I believe, right here. Too. Maybe it's right. No. It's over here. Gas station right there. So again, lots around, especially since it's right there. But definitely check out this spot if you're wanting to be more central. It might take. The only thing to consider is I feel like there's a lot more Zeeks around, kind of in this area. So do consider that when you're getting started. Well, you know what? Let's go ahead and hang out with our friends. Oh, that's right, because they can see you now. So I'm sitting up there on top of the jungle gym there. That is not a good look. Come on. Come on. Hey, you reached 5,000 Zeke kills. And my mother and father said I wouldn't amount to anything. Look at me now. 5,000 Zeke kills. Look at that dog, man. The dog is just a straight menace. I love the pink off the headshots. One of my favorite things. Let's try to make it happen again. There you go. Ping pong. Done. Well, that wraps this location. We will, you know what? That might be all of them, honestly. Let's go back, look at all my footage, and we'll wrap up the video. So stay tuned. All right, and so that's everything. We went north, south, east, west, all throughout the map, and hopefully, whether it's my base location specifically or, any of the base locations that you guys saw throughout the entire video, hopefully this makes your gameplay, your run through a little bit easier and allows you to kind of start to plan out, where you want that end game base, that final base to be. So again, if you like the video, I'd appreciate it. Give me a like, give me a subscribe, and we'll see you on the next one. Take care.